Joined now by Roch Kubatko from MASNsports.com. School of Rock. Rock, first off, very nice looking suit. I know you gave your daughter away last Saturday in it, right?
That's right. This is the suit I wore. My dad tied the tie. It's a great knot. Slipped it off, put it back on. Thanks, Dad.
Let's talk a little baseball, Rock. How about Bourne and Stubbs? What do they mean to this club?
Yeah, I know there's some people that thought it's kind of redundant to have both of these guys acquired on the same day on Wednesday to replace Joey Rickard. But really, I talked to Buck, talked to Dan Duquette yesterday. He said, first of all, Stubbs is a right-handed bat, has a little more power, and they can see where both of these guys could be used in the same game. It doesn't necessarily have to be just insurance for Adam Jones in center field if the hamstring flares up again. You could have games, late innings, where one of these guys is in left field and one's in right to replace Kim, Trumbo, maybe Steve Pierce. So I want to be careful with his elbow forearm area because they have similar skills in that, defenders, you can play all three positions. Speed, you can get them for pinch running purposes late in games. But there are times you could see both those guys used in the late innings. So it's not just like, hey, now we have two backup center fielders for Adam Jones. So I know Buck's more comfortable having these guys. He didn't really have a true center fielder backing up Adam. He said, hey, Nolan Ryan will do an admirable job. That's really not his spot. He's more of a corner outfielder. So he's a lot more comfortable now. Plus, with the expanded rosters, there's nothing wrong with having these two guys. So like I said, we could see them quite a bit left and right field as well.
The Rock, out of the calls, any surprises first off, and do you think there'll be more?
I think there'll be more. I don't think there are any surprises. We knew Tyler Wilson, Jason Aquino, Caleb Joseph, certainly. They always bring up a third catcher. We knew Caleb would be back. Basically, Tyler is that right-handed long man, possible rotation candidate. Aquino's the left-handed long man, possible rotation candidate if they need him. And with Caleb, he got the 40 at-bats they were hoping he'd get in AAA. Got his first 4 RBIs of the 2016 season. So that worked out well for him. The Orioles are certainly hoping. And with Aquino, I think he's basically T.J. McFarland right now. He's a lefty long man who can eat up innings for you because McFarland, he's in Norfolk now. He pitched yesterday, had another really disappointing outing. He's not getting production, even if he feels good. The results aren't there. They weren't really there in Frederick or Bowie. They're not there in Norfolk, so he may have to stay there, in which case you've got a guy like Aquino who could kind of fill that spot. The Buck said he probably would expect maybe a couple more call-ups, but not many. Because keep in mind, there are guys coming off the DL that they're going to have to make room for, and that includes lefty Brian Dunzing, who's on the 60-day. So if you bring him back, you got to make room on the 40-man. Buck said there's some guys are discussing, maybe even a Bowie, maybe some non-roster guys. And of course, we thought of the two outfielders, Julio Bourbon, Chris Dickerson, but now I kind of wonder, is there a spot for them when you have Stubbs and Bourne here now? Buck mentioned Paul Yanish. He loves him, the veteran shortstop at Norfolk, non-roster guy. Not sure there'd be room for him. Mike Wright maybe is somebody you could bring up as kind of a power arm in the bullpen and also give you some length. But if they bring more guys up, it's not going to be many because, again, they've got to make room for these guys coming off the DL.
Now, we know there's several key members of the Orioles on the disabled list. How about some updates on the injuries?
Yeah, we got really 3 good pieces of news today when it came to this. Chris Tillman, he threw on flat ground again today. After scoring at home, I believe that's 3 games of catch for Chris Tillman now, and it went really well. So he's going to throw a bullpen session. Apparently, he's going to do it on Sunday, another one on Wednesday, then a late game of catch next Friday. And if everything goes well, he will make his next start for the Orioles on the 11th in Detroit against the Tigers. So they're keeping their fingers crossed there if there are no setbacks. Darren O'Day threw on flat ground today. He actually done that for a second time. He did it a couple days ago. I don't even think we saw it. He's moving to a half mound on Sunday. Now, I didn't even know they have a half mound here. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but they've got one. So he's going to do that very similar to what you might see in Sarasota. It was just good to see Darren out there throwing again because it's really been a while. He's got the strained right rotator cuff. The bullpen certainly misses him. And also a third good piece of news is Joey Rickard. He had that right thumb re-examined again today. He's been cleared for full baseball activities as he sees fit, as Buck said. That's an important clause because if there's any discomfort at all, whether he's batting or whatever, they'll make him stop and they'll try again. But he's on the 60-day DL, so it would be till September 19th before we see him anyway. Buck seems pretty confident that we will see Joey Rickard at some point. He really misses him, but it depends how he's feeling. He said we'll probably know next week for sure whether we've been able to avoid having surgery. He's got that slight tear in the ligament in the thumb, but hopefully by 19th or maybe soon after that, Joey Rickard will be back.
Always very thorough. Check him out on MASNsports.com. He'll join us tomorrow 12 to 2 on Wall-to-Wall Baseball here on MASN.